Continued developments now out of Hillsborough, North Dakota throughout the day as law enforcement continue investigating allegations against several students. Police Chief Ray Weber confirmed to us this morning that members of the football team are under criminal investigation for using illegal drugs and asking for, receiving, and distributing pictures of female high school students. Hillsborough police say the North Dakota BCI have also been asked to assist in this investigation. Despite this, police and school officials are remaining tight-lipped regarding any details of this situation.
There's nothing I can tell you at this time. The school was informed of some information, and we handled the situation with some discipline, and we have been educating our students on different issues like we do every year. And currently there is an investigation going on with the local law enforcement, and that's all I can tell you.
Now, coming up tonight at 6, we have more on this developing story as information continues to pour in from you, our viewers, on what's really going on and how police and the school are trying to keep everything quiet. A 26-year-old Lakota, North Dakota woman who was reported missing has been found safe and sound. Kayla Ramsrud's family reported that she'd been missing for 2 weeks. As Valley News Team's Neil Carlson shows us, it was the power of social media that quickly found her.
Nelson County Sheriff Keith Olson says they received a report from the family of Kayla Ramsrud Thursday morning that she had been missing for 2 weeks. Olson says they started their investigation and received a tip from a person who called into the Devil's Lake Law Enforcement Center.
She was found safe and sound?
Yes, she was.
How did you locate her?
We got a call from the Devil's Lake LEC that she was seen in Grand Forks at a hotel.
That tip, generated by the power of Facebook, led Nelson County authorities to ask Grand Forks police 60 miles to the east to check on Ramsrud's welfare.
Officers did make contact with her at the hotel in question. We contacted Nelson County back and advised them that she was located, she was safe and sound.
Apparently, the tip was from an employee here at the Days Inn who saw the story about the missing woman on Facebook. The employee recognized Ramsrud as a motel guest and called authorities.
There's an awful lot of sharing of news stories and images and the like, and quite frankly, we welcome that. The more information that we can get out there and that people can see, the better.
Ever have any indication that something criminal had happened here?
No.
Okay. It was just... So what happened here, who knows? I mean, she just wanted to take off? And
As far as I know, that's what's going on.
So exactly what spurred Ramsrud to leave town without telling anyone isn't known. I was not able to contact her, but it is a mystery story with a happy ending that was apparently quickly solved with the help of Facebook. In Lakota, North Dakota, Neil Carlson, Valley News Live.
Now, Sheriff Keith Olson says Ramsrud's lack of communication with her family caused a lot of concern and what he calls wasted law enforcement's time. However, he says no crime was committed in this case. Well, we haven't had a lot of weather worries out there today. A nice sunset, and it's been pretty nice for, again, mid-November. What about tonight? Let's talk to Hutch to see what is going on. Hutch?
You know, it's one of those days where we are seeing the transition. When we rose up this morning, temperatures were very cold in the teens and 20s, but it really warmed up nicely. A few high clouds drifting in. That's the only weather woes we have to worry about as temperatures warm from west to east across the region. Temperatures in the 30s right now in the Bemidji area and parts of northwest Minnesota. The rest of us enjoying 40s for the time being. Your planning forecast for this evening shows those 40s sticking around until just after sunset. Then we'll dip into those upper 30s with a south wind that will be pretty persistent into the overnight. Bring the jacket because it will be one more cool night. And for you warm weather lovers, I just might have a pinch of good news in the forecast. I'll have details hour by hour for your weekend ahead right after a few minutes.
I can't wait to hear about that. All right, thanks, Hutch.
You bet.
The former director of Douglas Place and East Grand Forks Drug Treatment Center is asking a judge to throw out the criminal sexual conduct charge against him. Bruce Biddlecom, a counselor, is accused of having sex with a female client. However, his attorney now claims there was no psychotherapist relationship between him and the alleged victim. The prosecution contends that because the victim was a resident of the treatment center, sex between them is a felony. If the case is not thrown out, it's set for trial next month. This week, Vice President Joe Biden has been visiting college campuses all across the country, talking about the It's On Us initiative. It's an awareness campaign helping end campus sexual assault. One U.S. senator has been working to draw that same kind of awareness on Capitol Hill. Washington correspondent Kelly Meyer reports.
Studies show that 1 in 5 women are being raped before they graduate. It's a number New York Senator Kirsten Gillibrand is working to change. Her legislation is calling for accountability and transparency from higher education institutions. The senator joined the vice president in Syracuse, New York on Thursday as they encouraged students to raise their voices and make a change. In 2013, college campuses reported over 5,000 forcible sex offenses. But Gillibrand says the actual number of offenses is estimated to be at least 6 times that number. She's found that incident rates are high across the country, but says some go unreported either by the student or the university.
All too often, those rapes are happening in the first few weeks of school during freshman year. And we need to do more to protect the men and women who are going to our schools, and we need to hold our schools accountable.
Her legislation would establish new campus resources for students, have the trained staff to address the cases, create transparency requirements, coordinate with law enforcement, and finally incentivize colleges to address the problem. Senator Gillibrand hopes her bill will empower survivors of campus sexual violence and also protect the rights of students. Reporting in Washington, I'm Kelly Meyer.
On Thursday, the senator said they are closer than ever to passing the bill. Well, the next development in feeding a hungry world may well come from the work and research being done at NDSU. And today, that research is getting a major shot in the arm as a new greenhouse and research complex is dedicated on campus. We got a look at the greenhouse today. It's along 12th Avenue North, and it's not just about growing plants up there, though that's most certainly a part of it. Research labs are a unique and key component of the complex. NDSU's president says the labs are a major attraction for retaining top faculty and researchers and drawing in the best from across the globe.
We literally had faculty members standing at the door waiting to get their experiments going. That happens virtually every time an experiment ends. The next faculty member coming into the space is in it in the same day, and new research and new productivity is coming to our state because of it.
And that building has quite the price tag. It cost about $33.5 million to build. You can get some holiday decorating inspiration this weekend while also giving back to families in the area. Holiday Homes of Hope is a tour, boutique, and a vendor show. Designers have decorated 8 houses for the season, giving people unique ideas for their own homes. The money raised all goes to the Cystic Fibrosis Association of North Dakota, helping families with things like medical costs. Organizers say families are always thankful for the help.
Grateful. I mean, these families, there's just no way you can afford maybe an extra $1,000 a month just for, your drug costs. I mean, families are grateful. They just really couldn't do it on their own.
Tickets are $25 to tour the homes, and the vendor show is free at Centennial Elementary School. For a list of the homes participating and much more information, go to valleynewslive.com and look for this story under the Valley Today tab. One of the really fun and special traditions of the holiday season, of course, are Christmas trees. And you can get a look at some very special trees already set to go at the Fargo Dome. Fraser Limited's back with its annual Festival of Trees. There are more of 150 beautifully lit, artfully decorated trees on display at the Dome. The trees are sponsored by businesses, organizations, and families in the area, and they will ultimately be given to families who might not otherwise have one at this very special time of year. You can see them at the Dome during regular daytime business hours and during Dome events. This is the 15th year for the Fraser Tree Festival.